up, guys? We're live. All right, it's kind of late for normal live streams, but that's all right. Better late than never. To be honest, I completely forgot. I've been working on all these things, and I was actually so tired, and then I realized, oh wow, it's Wednesday. I got to do a live stream. So here we are, live stream Wednesday. What's everybody up to? Did I do something different to my facial hair? No. Is that? Oh, you know what? Oh, there we go. No, I haven't done anything different to my facial hair than I normally do. Yeah. What looks different to it about it? Maybe the fact that I'm wearing a hat that's white, and normally I'm wearing, all black or no hat. Maybe that's accentuating my beard. Maybe it's the lighting. I don't know. Peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. You were just about to go to bed. The longest I ever let my beard grow, there's a picture of it. It's like maybe down to here. I wouldn't recommend it. I looked like there's a picture of me looking like Castaway. I was I did it twice, and once I was on the vegan cruise, and I had gone in the ocean water, which is very rare for me to go in the water, but I did, and when it all dried, I looked like the how Tom Hanks looked in Castaway with my beard and my hair, with the salt water and everything. I could probably find a picture. You know what? I posted a picture, like a half and half picture of what it looked like. I had a half a picture of my face with no beard, and then a half a picture with the beard. Oh, and here it is right here. Oh, you know what? You can barely see it, just because. But anyway, you can barely see the beard, but it's really long there. And then if you pull it over, there's me without a beard. I thought that was a cool picture. Maybe it's not. I don't know, but I have so many pictures in this phone, I can't easily find one of me with the long beard, but normally it's pretty trim. Let's see if I go to myself in pictures, if I can find it. Like a real quick. If I can't, then we're just gonna. Oh, here's one. Yeah, this is me with Angie Everhart, and you can see how long my beard is there. It's pretty long, but it's actually well trimmed on the sides. I have another one where it's just like crazy, but it's not showing up here under all pictures. So maybe another time. Wait, show more. Maybe I do have it here. Anyway. Been working on the movie as far as getting everything together, shot list, going over the script again. Oh, here's me with a beard. Wow, that's a beard right there. Look at that. Beard. Like that. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. There is one more picture that I can't find. I don't remember when I went on that cruise, what year it was. But anyway, how are you guys? Isn't it really hot in the summer? It's not that it's hot. It's just sometimes it's like irritating. I often would grow a beard just to it takes a long time to grow a beard, so people get used to seeing you with a beard. But within like a few minutes, you can shave it off and you look like a completely different person, and nobody recognizes you because they're not used to seeing you without a beard, because they're used, the beard grows really slow. So every day they see it, they forget what you look like without a beard, and boom. It's funny because I've had people tell me stories about me, and well, for instance, I was on the vegan cruise, and normally I would go, we went maybe 4 years in a row, and I would have this big beard through the whole cruise. But on the last day, for some reason, I would shave it off, and it was the formal dinner that we would have. So all dressed up in a suit and tie, shaved my beard right off my face, and then I came over and sat down, and there was a guy, one of the guys on the cruise that went on the vegan cruise. He was telling a story referring to me, the vegan zombie guy. I was like, wait, which one, John? And he's like, no, Chris. I'm like, oh, that's me. And he looked at me, but with the beard. I'm like, yeah, I shaved it off. It was funny. Yeah, I like to prank people coming in with the Iron Gamer. Now that's a name I have not heard in a long time. A long time. How's it going? Yeah, the vegan cruises were really, really, really fun. I gotta say, I'm super excited about the movie. We're gonna be shooting in just, it's like only a few months away. It's the middle of June right now, so I'm thinking it's gonna happen late August, early September, somewhere around there. So, been really working hard on that. I edited a video today. I was gonna post it today, but it needs to be reworked a little bit. First video from when I was on my trip last week and a half ago. So doesn't look like I'm posting that today. Maybe tomorrow or the next day. I still need to get some other stuff. Do I have TikTok? Yes, I am the Vegan Zombie on TikTok. So go on over and follow me over there. You can basically almost all the social media platforms. I'm the Vegan Zombie, except for on Twitch. Well, I'm still the Vegan Zombie on Twitch, but it's spelled a little differently. At the very end, there's only one E. For those of you that joined me on movie night last week, we did E.T., my favorite movie, and I also posted a video on my podcast about E.T., and I was fortunate enough last week when I was in California to go drive by the E.T. house, so I got some footage of that in there too. So that was pretty cool. And we do a lot of, I did a lot of behind the scenes commentary on E.T., so that was fun. So I want to do another one of those, but I don't think there's another movie that I know as well as E.T. Maybe Dawn of the Dead or something. The cruise does not sound fun to me at all. It was really fun, actually. I had never been on a cruise before I was invited to go on the vegan cruise. And I probably thought maybe the same thing as you. It doesn't sound very good. But when I actually went, it was awesome. We were in, let's see, we were in the Atlantic, we were in the Gulf of Mexico, we were in Panama, we were in the Pacific Ocean, which was, it was crazy to me. Like everybody was out, like, at the party, because it was around Halloween and stuff. And here I am looking at the monitors on deck saying how deep the water is where we're currently at. And I'm like, oh my God, look, come here, guys. Look, it says we're a mile over. I'm like, oh my God, guys, look, we're like 3 miles. Like, people were like, Chris, like, come join the party. And I'm like, no way. Do you realize what could be under us right now? Anyway, things that I am intrigued by. The food alone, yes, was really, really good. And since I was invited on there to be the food entertainment, John and I did cooking demos, and we, each night they featured a different chef's meal. One of the nights they featured ours. I forget. We did the brownie. We did a. What else did we do? You know what? I forget. I'd have to go back and look. The vegan black metal chef was there. Miyoko was there. These were different years too. Isa Moskowitz was there the first year. It was fun. You've never seen Dawn of the Dead. We'll have to watch that. And, in fact, I want to watch the behind the scenes of Dawn of the Dead because that's what I really like. I like seeing how the movies are made. Yes, we will be doing a casting call at some point. We're gonna see if we can get a bunch of famous vegan actors to be part of this production. Vegan camp out in the UK? Well, it was the vegan cruise planners on Holland America, which was the best rated for environmentally friendly cruise. And our entire group, which consisted of about 60 people, were all vegan. The chefs knew what we were doing, and all meals all day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner were all vegan. There were non-vegan parts of the cruise, and when they had the normal food bar out for the non-vegan, regular cruise goers, they always had a certain amount of food that were specifically vegan because they knew we were also on the cruise. So we got a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dinner having our a featured chef's dish on there each day, but we also had food from the normal food bar and stuff, and they would make us whatever, like, oh, we want the vegan pizza, and they would make the vegan pizza for us. So it was well planned by the Francie and Curtis who ran the vegan cruise planners. And if you guys want to check it out, I think it's on this channel right here, and it's anywhere 4, 5, 6 years ago, I think, maybe even longer. But I did videos. I did vlogs of each day. We went to the Caribbean on one. We went to Costa Rica. We went to, my favorite personally was the Alaskan cruise. That was cool. We got out different towns in Alaska. We hiked a mountain. I went hiking a mountain with two of my friends. One of them, the vegan black metal chef, and we got up to almost the top. And we could look down and see our cruise ship in the port. And we're like, that's pretty far away. Maybe we should start heading back. Yeah, that was a good idea. What else did we do? We saw a bear. We saw a bear walking like feet from us where there was no fence, nothing. There's a video of it, a bear. What else did we see? We saw a giant glacier cab. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And we had some pretty good rooms too, where we could look out the back of the ship and just see nothing but ocean. The ocean is big. So, what else? Yeah, guys, just know that I totally forgot about this live stream tonight. So I didn't have anything planned. I just figured I'd come on here, and if we had stuff to talk about, we can do that. If not, we can just call this a short one. Let's see. I have a ton of content to edit that I think you guys will be excited to see from when I was out in LA and also Dallas, Texas. Did I go on the ferry through the Inside Passage up the West Coast, Canada? We were on the cruise ship, but we did stop in Victoria, Canada. But I don't know the route we took. I'm not sure. Will I be in the movie at all? I guess that depends, and if I am, well, that'll be a surprise. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, I mean, there's a lot of safety boats on it, and there's other cruise ships around. So in that respect, it wasn't that scary. But there were times when the ocean was pretty rough and it was like swaying, which didn't really bother me, but like John gets really seasick and he didn't feel good. Yeah, Orin, Victoria was pretty cool. And I know I'd have to go back to the video, but we did go out and eat at a vegan restaurant. We just walked around, found a vegan place to eat, and I don't remember what it was. Hmm. But we had a whole group of us go in and eat somewhere, wherever the video shows that we were. The videos don't lie. Do I know how long my film will be? I mean, it's going to be a feature film, so I don't know exactly like minute wise, but it's about 120 pages, the script, which I'm going through again because, to be honest, I haven't even read my own script in a little bit. So I just got to be very familiar with it, and I just want to make sure, um, for budget demands, I might change a few things that might be a little more costly. So I got to go through and do that, and then I got to make a shot list, which I've never done before. So I've met some of my team, and I'm excited for our DP, which I've heard really great things about. So hopefully he's on board with it. And I just, I met some really great contacts. I've already sent my script out to an actress, and yeah, there's I don't want to jinx anything, but once I find some more definites, then there will be a ton of updates going forward as we get closer to shooting the movie. And I just want to say right now, for everybody that participated in my poll that I put up on the main channel, the Vegan Zombie channel, you could still, well, we've already used the data, but I only expected, a few hundred, since not everybody sees those things, but we got close to 2,000. In fact, I haven't looked at it in a couple of days because I got what I needed from it. But I just want to thank everybody for participating. And there's a ton of really, really positive, really good testimonies, comments that, okay, here it is right here. Oh, now it's at 2,000 votes. So yeah, last I looked, it was 1,800. So we got 2,000 votes and 78% in the positive. Well, actually 97% positive, 3% no. And not that it's negative, but it did not do anything for anybody. Only 3%, which is pretty amazing. So that just goes to show that my channel, as far as the poll goes, is effective for what it was meant to be. Something to help people in a positive way, whether that be going vegan, staying vegan, showing you something new, vegan related, or, just inspired you in some kind of positive way. That's what the channel is meant to do, and it's been doing. So thank you all for filling out that poll. You guys are great. Yeah, the comments were awesome. There's so many. I'd love to go through and reply to everyone, but there's so many on, because it's not just on here. Like there was a poll that was shared over on Facebook, on Instagram. So there's a ton, and I did screenshot a bunch of them and send those over too. But it'll all be for a really good cause, and hopefully eventually I'll be able to say why if you guys haven't already figured that out. But I just got a message saying excellent connection. I didn't even know. Conspiracy Cat, Wow, thank you so much for that super chat. $50 super chat from Conspiracy Cat. Thanks for the live, Chris. Everyone liked this video. Thank you. So, Conspiracy Cat wants everybody to go like the video. That was very generous. Thank you so much. I don't remember whose I screenshotted. I actually went back. I had like 1,000 emails that I saved over the last 12 years. Anybody that wrote anything like, feedback positive about the channel, I saved those in a folder on my Gmail account, and I started going back through them, and I got through like maybe a little over 100, and I still had like 800 more to go, and I was like, I can't. I think I got enough. But these are great, and it reminds me of why I love doing this. So, yeah. So I'm really excited again. I think I lost a little bit of excitement during the beginning of the pandemic because I knew we weren't going to be able to shoot the movie last year. But now everything's happening, and I've met some really talented and inspirational people and some great contacts and stuff like that. So, with that being said, like every 2 or 3 weeks, I've been getting like messages from people on the Kickstarter like, you scammed us. Where's my money? Where's my t-shirt? Where's the movie? This is 3 years. Sorry guys, but it takes a long time to make a movie. I'm sorry, but it's going to be worth it in the end when the movie comes out, because it is happening. So I didn't scam anybody. It's happening. But that is all true. Anybody that knows me knows that I would never ever do something like that to someone. So right now I have no idea where and when the movie will be released, only that we have a good chance of, having, really pretty decent connections for distribution. So who knows? I don't know. I'm hoping that it's going to be on, I guess Amazon Prime is pretty easy to get on, but Netflix is a little bit harder. Hopefully it'll be on Netflix. Best case would be in a movie theater, but I don't know. In fact, I don't know if it is going to be in a movie theater. Who knows? And I don't know when it's going to be released, because the first thing we have to do is we have to, go through the process of getting everything ready and then shoot the movie, which will happen in just a few months. And once we shoot the movie, then we have to do post-production. And I have no idea how long that it's going to take, but we want to do it right. We want to have hopefully we can get the funding for a budget for post-production. If not, we might have to do a second Kickstarter for the post-production. But, don't hold me on that, because I don't know for sure. We're going to have to find out once we get to that point. Yeah, and then post-production, that means any CGI that needs to be done, the editing, the color grading, the score of the movie, and then distribution and stuff like that. Hopefully it'll be in like film festivals or something. But right now there's really not any like pro-vegan movies. There are vegan documentaries. There's a lot of vegan documentaries, but as far as a vegan movie, let alone like a horror movie or a zombie movie, like I think this is going to be like the first of its kind. And so this is like a feature movie that is promoting veganism. I mean, there's a lot of movies these days where they mention vegan, but they also like they're almost doing it like making fun of it or whatever. So this one is not doing that. So would I ever ask Joaquin to be in the movie? I have twice, Joaquin. If you're watching this, please consider being in my movie. Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate that. Yeah, some what's that quote? Good things come to those who wait. So, I know we've been waiting longer than I ever wanted to wait. I was so excited when we first did the Kickstarter, and I thought we were going to do it that year, and that didn't happen. And then we weren't able to do it the next year, and then the pandemic happened, and now I'm like, what? But this year, 2021, it's happening. Brian wants to know, could I give you a quick summary of the timeline of how I got to this point with the movie? I know I started with a completely different director, and we got, we got a successful Kickstarter. Now, when I say that, we needed more than we got on the Kickstarter. We needed a lot more than that, but we figured if we asked for more than that, there's no way we'd have a successful Kickstarter. So we were going to try our best and hope that we would overshoot and get more on the Kickstarter. That didn't happen. We only got exactly what we asked for on the Kickstarter, which we knew wasn't enough. We needed other investors, and we looked around. We had that plan that we were going to, once we had the successful Kickstarter, go out to other investors, which we did. We asked everybody, and unfortunately, something like this, I think I just needed to get in front of somebody and explain it in person rather than an email. And everyone ended up saying, good luck, but no. And I don't think they saw the whole vision. And so it got to the point where we weren't moving forward with that anymore. And my, previous director and I, we ended up parting ways. And then later on, I met up with another director and writer, and then that ended up not working out either because he had a bunch of other projects he started working on, and then it just didn't work out, and it was starting to be very discouraging. And so at that point, I knew I had two things to do: either refund everybody on the Kickstarter for whatever was left in there, or just go for it and make the movie with what we had. And that's what I decided. We're doing it. I've been put in touch with another producer, which I've been talking to for about a year now, and I just met with them in person last week when I went to LA. And so we have a line producer, we have a couple producers and a line producer, and we're in the talks with a very, very, very much sought out, talented DP, director of photography, cinematographer. And so now, we have a solid script. We have you guys, a platform of people that before the movie's even out already want to see it. And now I've met with some people that know what they're doing that have made movies, and I can't really say too much about that right now, but at some point I would love to share the story with you because it's so interesting and how it happened, but right now I can't. So let's just say that I'm super excited about this again because we are going to be, so basically, no matter what, we're going to shoot it with what we have. We're going to make it work with the small, and to the average person, to me and everything, that seems like a lot of money, but for a movie, that's not a lot of money at all. So we have to be very frugal and we have to cut corner. We have to save as much money as we can is what I'm trying to say. We can't, and because of that, I was convinced when I was out there that we have to shoot it out in LA. Not here in Syracuse, which is where I wanted to shoot it. But because we don't really have a big budget to work with, we need to use every penny of that budget to go towards the movie, not towards, hey, we're going to fly all the actors and all the crew members out here and we're going to put you all up in hotels, because that's wasting a lot of money that we don't need to waste. If we were out there, everyone lives out there. All the crews live out there. All the actors live out there. So they can just, they don't need transportation. They don't need lodging. They come to set on the day of. We work together and we save a ton of money and we get to make it. Now, we still might shoot, I think we're still planning on shooting some exterior scenes up here in upstate New York. But as for like everything else, we're going to do it out there in California. So, is there anything? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot I could still talk about, and this is barely touching the surface. I should make a zombie movie based on the video game Days Gone. I'm already making a zombie movie based on my YouTube channel, The Vegan Zombie, which I'm more excited to do. All the goblins are vegetarian in Troll 2. Those goblins should go vegan. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold. That's right, Rebalancer. Under $1 million is no budget, but it gets done all the time. Yeah, we're doing it. And you know what? When this movie is all said and done and it's amazing, maybe then I'll be able to do a sequel or a series or something like that. And then they'll see the one that I already made, and then they'll give me a bigger budget, and then we can make a bigger, better one, you know? Like The Empire Strikes Back, you know, that was the best. I mean, Star Wars made a lot of money, but The Empire Strikes Back was even better. Brad Pitt doesn't want to go to Syracuse. I don't think so. When I was on the phone with him the other night, I didn't ask him, but that's the vibe I was kind of getting. So, oh wait, no, I was watching Fight Club. No. No, it's not like Zombieland. It's more serious. Alpaca Llama, we have a certain amount of people that paid for in the Kickstarter tier to be zombies in the movie, stuff like that. So we'll definitely have enough of that. And that's the other thing, when we know more about, so, you know, the first thing first, like I got to go back over the script, iron anything out that I want, and then do the shot list. The shot list will enable us to figure out, break down the budget, like what we need where and all that, and how much we're going to need for what parts and everything. And then once we figure out where and when we're going to shoot, we still got to do casting. We still got to do location scouting, since we're not shooting it up here anymore. I already had places picked out, but clearly I haven't seen The Last Jedi. Yeah, Mike. We're still gonna make the movie, whether we have like a big budget or a little budget. It's still gonna happen because we're all passionate about making movies. None of us are in it for like money, which at this point doesn't exist anyway. We just want to make a vegan movie, and just like with the channel, the whole zombie twist. This is going to be a new way to come at veganism, and it hasn't been done. So hopefully I'm assuming that most of you guys are going to want to go see it. Most of the vegans are already going to want to see it. But I want to get a bunch of non-vegans in there to watch this movie and be like, oh, that's a badass zombie movie. And, and then make them think about the message, the vegan message in there. And hopefully it makes some people go vegan. Scary Busey. Howdy. If I was told I could be in the movie, but only if you cut your hair, would you do it? Well, my movie, I don't have to be told, because if I want to be in it, I can be in it. And I don't have to cut my hair if I don't want, because it's my movie. I'm the director. I'm the captain now. Look at me. I'm the captain. I'm the director. That was some pretty good acting right there too. Are you learning a lot, or did you know a lot of the things it takes? I don't know what you mean. A lot of what? Top five, my top five favorite movies. That would be hard, but you guys know my top favorite, my number one favorite movie is E.T. right there. E.T. I don't know the order of the rest of them, but I mean probably Goonies, Stand By Me, Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula. There's so many, I don't even know what to pick from next. Gremlins, maybe. Last of the Mohegans. There's so many movies. Once you get past your favorite movie, I don't know how to order them. But there's a lot. There's a lot of favorite movies of mine. Interview with the Vampire is one of my favorite movies, but it's not my favorite. But it's weird because it's the movie that I've seen more than any other movie. But that was for weird, different reasons. It wasn't because it was my favorite movie. And I love it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not. I like Dracula better than Interview with the Vampire. I think at the time when Interview with the Vampire came out, I was obsessed with it, and I think Anne Rice nailed it as far as like what it would be like to be a real vampire. So I was like trying to study it and like become a vampire. I don't know. Come on, You never grow old and you never die. Lost Boys. I did not say Dawn of the Dead. It's not my favorite, but it's one of them. You just watched The Last of the Mohegans. Oh my God, the last 10 minutes of Last of the Mohegans, they got Promontory playing, the music is perfect. Oh my God. One of the best parts of any movie right there. Tom Cruise was not really Lestat from the novel, but he pulled it off. What do you mean he was not really Lestat from the novel? He actually did a really good job. Anne Rice did not want him to be Lestat, but then she was so grateful that he was because he did a great job. Louis. Yeah, I think he did an amazing job. Yeah, Brian. I saw that when it came out. I was at my friend's house, and I wasn't really paying attention. That last 10 minutes, I kind of just looked over, and I was just captivated. And I mean, I could watch that anytime. Would I rather Oh, there's a Scary Busey has a good question. Would I rather be able to eat my favorite vegan dish for the first time again, or watch your favorite movie for the first time again? Absolutely, 100%. I would. You guys all know what I'm gonna say. I would much rather go see my favorite movie again for the first time. In fact, just a few hours, I visited my parents today. I had to pick something up, and I was talking about it with my dad. I'm like, we went to see E.T. in June of 1982. So E.T. came out this month, 39 years ago, and we went to the movie theater to see it, and that was so amazing, and it gives me the greatest nostalgia I can ever think about. It brings me back to that certain time. If I could go back to that again and just watch myself as a little kid, that, oh my God, if I could sit right behind myself and watch myself watch E.T. for the first time ever, hands down, I would choose that. Because honestly, I don't even really know what my favorite vegan dish is. There's so many, I don't really know. But that was a good question. What are movies that most people like that I can't stand? I dislike uh, Rocky Horror Picture Show. Everybody loves that. I hate musicals. What can I say? I don't think there's any musicals that I like. I don't like musicals. AJ Vintage also saw E.T. in the. I wonder if we were in the same theater. Probably not. Um, you loved Goonies, and Clue is another good one. I like Clue. There's a lot of movies like that are like you watch it now as an adult and you're like, what did I watch? The first movie I ever saw at the drive-in was Gremlins. Yep. What other movies don't I like that everybody likes? Hmm. There's got to be some. There's got to be some. There definitely is, but just off the top of my head, it's hard to think about something off, when you're like asked. But then like when you're just, Home Alone or whatever. Oh, Home Alone. No, I liked Home Alone. Uh, you just start thinking, oh, that would have been a good answer. That would have been a good one. But The Godfather is overrated. I did like The Godfather, and I think The Godfather 2 I liked it even better. You thought American Psycho was going to turn into a musical? I think it was, wasn't it? Sweeney Todd. I couldn't watch it. Once people start singing, I'm like, this isn't a movie. This doesn't happen. But I guess Infinity Stones don't happen either. But do I like John Hughes movies? Yes, I do. I love The Breakfast Club. I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Speaking of Ferris Bueller, yeah, I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Um, and War. Do you guys remember War Games? I loved War Games. I want to play. Let's play Global Thermonuclear War. The only way to win is not to play. Phil Collins musical. Planes, trains, automobiles. I liked The Great Outdoors with John Candy. I did. It was in the late 90s. I saw the theater relaunch of Star Wars. I was living in Florida at the time. Oh, I maybe, I don't know. Had something happen the other night that it just makes me sound crazy, so I don't know if I want to tell the story, but almost like supernatural. Maybe I'll do that on another live stream. Did you like the movie Explorers? Now that's another movie we talked about in the podcast, the ET podcast that I just did, and I know I saw it, but I don't really remember it. I have to watch that again. Explorers, The Gate, that was a good movie. The Beastmaster was also a good movie. Do you know the director of Beastmaster, the 80s movie? His daughter is Chef Chloe, the vegan Chef Chloe. The one that owned the restaurants by Chloe, and she was in Cupcake Wars and won. Yeah, that's her dad. War Games is not Viggo Mortensen. War Games is with Matthew Broderick way back in the day. Who else was in that? Ellie Sheedy, I think. Viggo was probably a little kid. He went to school around here, where I live. I think Watertown, which is like an hour away. Fred Savage with the Nintendo tournament. Wasn't that Wizard or the Wizard or something? I didn't see the first Star Wars in the theater because I was one, but I saw all the other ones in the theater. National Lampoon's Christmas. I liked National Lampoon's European Vacation the best. Mac and Me, no. I didn't like that. It's funny because we always talk about you can't tell us with a story and not tell us. I could save it for Halloween because Halloween is right around the corner. Time Bandits. That reminds me of what was I watching during the Time Bandits? Solar Babies. Do you guys remember that? They were on like rollerblades or roller skates or something and made it like kind of cool. But then I watched Gleam in the Cube and I'm like, nah, I'll take the skateboard. That's so far. The Ref. No. I don't remember that. There's a Ferris Bueller style zombie TV show on Netflix called Daybreak. I don't know if I saw that. And Matthew Broderick is in it. I saw him in person out when I lived in New York City late at night. I was with some people and we were dropping one of the friends off at her house, and while they were saying, like, talking or whatever, there was somebody walking towards us, and I looked over and I'm like, why does this person look familiar? And he made eye contact with me and he kind of gave me this smirk, and I was like, hey, what's up? And then I was like, oh my God, that's Matthew Broderick. And he was like swearing under his breath, not at me, but he was like, and then we had to go, and we were going the same way as him, so we were walking right behind Matthew Broderick. It was late at night, probably like 1 a.m, and yeah, that's my story about walking with Matthew Broderick to the stoplight. It was right down where he lives too, I believe, Washington Square Park. Actually, you're right, Linda. Halloween's only 3 months away. Wow, time is flying. Stop or my mom will shoot. Is that like what's the train, the one with the train and Mama Fratelli from Goonies? What's that one called? There's so many. We still gotta watch. Brewster's Millions one of these days. Gleam in the Cube, my friends and I watched it. Yeah. It's funny because my brother, he was at work. I think it was last year, maybe the year before, and he tells me, he sends me a picture, and it's him posing like they're gleaming the cube, like they're skating with Christian Slater, and I'm like, what you met Christian? He's like, yeah, he came into my work, and we talked about gleaming the cube and everything. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, Christian Slater was in it. He was in Heathers. What was his name? Russ Dean? No, Jason Dean. I went to a school with a kid named that Russ Dean. No, Jason Dean. And his brother was Jason Dean. He was in what was that other one? He was. Now I'm drawing a blank here. Well, he was in True Romance, and that was a really good movie, True Romance. But what was the other one? It was he was a radio DJ or something. It was weird. Throw Mama from the Train. That's it. Yep. Pump Up the Volume. Yes. He was in Interview with the Vampire, and in fact, he donated all of his pay for an Interview with the Vampire. Why can't I talk tonight? And the reason for that is because he was the interviewer in Interview with the Vampire. So what do? I'm a vampire. And the reason why was because that part was for River Phoenix, but River Phoenix died, and Christian Slater took the part in honor of River Phoenix and donated all of it. Oh, yes. We always end up talking about movies, which I don't have a problem with. Maybe we can make this the movie channel. I'm still on the poll over here. I hope I'm getting everybody's... Maybe I'm not. Everybody's question here, but I can't change it. It says top chat, but I can't change it to live chat. I don't know why. So I hope I'm seeing your comments, everybody. Top chat, live chat. Top chat. I'm just going to hit this and hopefully... There we go. Spies Like Us. I don't remember it, but I think I've seen it. There's a lot of movies I don't remember the movies, but I remember seeing them. Whether they were just on in the background when I was hanging out with friends when I was a little kid or whatever. How do I feel about zombies that eat animals in addition to humans? I feel like that would be probably the most realistic thing. That they would probably, if they could catch an animal, they'd probably eat an animal too. It's like at the tip. I'm still thinking of the Christian Slater movie. I can't think of it. Anyway, it's not a big deal because I don't even think it... Oh, maybe you were right. Maybe it was Pump Up the Volume. What was his name in that? I feel like in order to tell that story, because it's a good story, I need to like do a whole live stream on it, not like, what, an hour into it? How far are we into this? Almost an hour. Terror Train and Excalibur. Oh, I liked Excalibur. I don't know if I ever saw Terror Train. The first, I don't remember them. I'm trying to think the first movie I ever saw. Probably the old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Maybe not. Can any vegan YouTubers or vegan doctors be in my film? Actually, I have to go back because initially when I was going to film it a couple of years ago, one of the vegan doctors, I'll keep it on the down low. Said that they would do it, and I was excited about that. So I got to ask again because it's 3 years later if they will still do it. But if they will, that would be a nice little treat for us vegans. You'll know immediately too, before they even show his face. Conan the Barbarian starring that guy. And Red Sonja too. I don't really have too much of a recollection of the Frighteners. And that was Peter Jackson. I believe, right? Peter Jackson, and he did Meet the Feebles and Dead Alive. Your first movie was Dolly Parton. I used to watch. I have no idea what it is. I mean, I had to ask my parents, like, what is it? But when I was a little kid, this wasn't a movie. It was a TV show. Sha Na Na. Linda, you probably know that. I just remember. I mean, I had to have been like one or two. And I used to watch the TV shows that I used to watch when I was a little kid. Like, I loved like all the superhero ones, but these were like the original ones. Like, not. We had the Incredible Hulk with Lou Ferrigno, which I got to meet him at the State Fair back in 1980 or 81. Yes, I liked watching Wonder Woman and Spider-Man, and after I got a little bit older and I got a little brother and everything, I wasn't allowed to watch the Incredible Hulk anymore because I would pretend I was the Incredible Hulk. So I couldn't do that. Godzilla, I used to watch that. BJ and the Bear. What other ones did I watch back then? But do you remember Sha Na Na? Anyone? Because I just remember the name Sha Na Na. But I don't remember what it was. I think people singing, or I don't know. Those are the main ones I remember as like really, really young, like under 4 years old. Oh, they sang. Okay, so Linda knows. What other things did I? Yeah, that's probably. Yeah, I used to watch the Dukes. Well, that was later on though. Dukes of Hazzard, the A-Team, Greatest American Hero. I watched all those. You wouldn't like Chris when he gets mad. But then if I had a fireball, I would turn it into Godzilla. And the kids we babysat did not like that. V was also one of my favorites. You got the main leader of the aliens was Diana. And Robert Englund was in it, but he was like a good guy. Sledgehammer. First show was the Smurfs and the Snorkels. Though I didn't like either one of those for some reason. I didn't like the Smurfs or the Snorkels. Remember Shirt Tails or... You might be right, Karen. Sha Na Na might have been a 50s parody band. I kind of remember them being a band, but I mean, literally, I was like 2 or 3 years old. I just remember my parents would be like, "Oh, Sha-Na Na's on." I'm like, "Sha-Na Na." The Man from Atlantis. Don't. I mean, it kind of sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't know. Mark Singer was played Beastmaster. You're right, he was. Visitors. That was and they remade it too, but nothing can compare to the originals. Remember, what was it called? The Wizard? And I think, I might be wrong. Maybe I'm not trying to stereotype, but like I feel like it was Warwick Davis or somebody that looked like Warwick Davis that played the Wizard. Maybe it wasn't Warwick Davis, but somebody played the Wizard, and I loved that show for the short time it was on. The one show that nobody ever remembers that I watched, I've only met one person that knew this. It was only on for one season because something very tragic happened to the main character. But anyway, it was called The Voyagers. It was a time travel movie, and I loved it. My dad even made us like a little pretend time travel device, and we're like, "Yeah, I'm going to the year, whatever." Bowser, Willow, Mad Mardigan. I try to have a little bit of know-how in movies. I try to know a little bit of most movies, but I never heard of Bowser. Maybe that was before my time. Space 1999. That doesn't sound familiar either. I used to watch the original Doctor Who and Battlestar Galactica, and yes, I love Flight of the Navigator and The Neverending Story, both of them. Both of those were like movies that I watched as a kid all the time. Flight of the Navigator was like a household movie for us. The Land of the Lost, yep, with the Sleestaks. Yeah, Warwick Davis played Willow with Val Kilmer. Remember the little brownies? Not the kind you eat. Buck Rogers, yep. Oh, Bowser was the bass singer on Sha-Na Na. Okay. We're really going down memory lane tonight. We're going way back to the beginning of movies. I always, for some reason, like, now that I think about it, like, my parents were strict, and, you know, I wasn't allowed to do a lot of things that, you know, kids shouldn't be allowed to do. But for some reason, where was my mom? I was always, like, sneaking watching, like, movies that I shouldn't watch, like, for a little kid, like horror movies, you know, that would be rated R. I remember seeing The Hand. I definitely was not allowed to watch it, but I remember seeing The Hand with Michael Caine. That was like one of, you know, the first horror movie stories I had. But the first horror movie that I was allowed to watch was Children of the Corn. And that's a story right there. That's a funny story. I actually did a whole video on that one. And we still talk about that. My mom still tells people that story today. But I actually wasn't allowed to watch it, but it was a technicality. The first horror movie I was actually truly allowed, because my mom did not let me watch horror movies. Like, she wanted just me to be, I'm the oldest child, so I had to go through, like, you know, everything of, you know, being really strict. So finally, I was allowed to watch Nightmare on Elm Street because my grandparents were babysitting me, and I said I could watch whatever movie that was there within reason. I said Nightmare on Elm Street, and my mom says absolutely not. And then my grandfather says, you know, just let him watch it. And she's like, don't come crying to me when you're scared. I'm like, I won't. Of course I won't. So I watched Nightmare on Elm Street. I'll never forget that. And let me tell you, that was pretty traumatizing because I didn't know, but Freddy only kills kids and he only does it while they're dreaming. And guess what? I was a kid and I had to go to sleep. So I was pretty terrified. But, hey, I got what I asked for and I got to watch Nightmare on Elm Street. Star Wars Christmas special or the Ewok movie. Beetlejuice. You know what movie I really liked with Val Kilmer was The Salton Sea. Oh, and Ralph also just said that too. I said that before I read that too, Ralph. But yeah, The Salton Sea is a good movie. So, Sarah says my mom, for some reason, would let us watch whatever horror movie we wanted. So, I was able to watch horror movies before I actually watched Nightmare on Elm Street, and the reason I was able to do that was because I had a good friend whose parents were much like your parents, and they didn't care what he watched. So I would just go over to his house, and we would watch things like Friday the 13th and stuff like that. So Ralph, another 237. Anybody know what that is? Because we talked about it last time. Thank you so much for that. Very, very shining, bright super chat. I have an IMDb account. If so, how many ratings? I don't have an account, but somebody made one for me. I am on IMDb. So I'm sure I'll have like a legit one once I finish the movie. But I'm actually an extra in a bunch of movies. The one on IMDb is for I was an actor in a movie called Crucible. Not The Crucible, but Crucible. It's just like, it's on Amazon, and I think it's only like a 6-minute short filmed here in Syracuse. But I'm really excited for the movie I was in a few years ago because it's coming out in like a month or two. It's called The Night House, filmed here in Syracuse. I don't know what it's about. It's a horror movie. You can look it up, but I'm an extra in there, and I know that, sometimes they cut out scenes and everything, but I have more of a chance because I'm in 2 scenes, and I think one of them was like, I kind of think it's a main scene because of what it was, and I'm in both of them. So maybe you'll see me in The Night House if you ever see it. If I see it, maybe we'll have like a movie party and watch it. I'm also in The Interpreter. I'm in Monk. And a couple other movies that were filmed here, but I don't remember the name of them. Half the movies I'm in, I've never seen. Lena, I need to get my IMDb updated. Yeah, I was in a Smirnoff commercial. And what else? I was on what's his name? Carson Daly show. The one where Tantric played. That's the only thing I remember about it was the band Tantric. And they had a song that was popular on the radio, and then they never heard from them again. It was like, in the morning I can see the light. I don't remember how the rest goes. Wait, you were in the TV show Monk with Tony Shalhoub? Yes, I was. I actually have video footage that I brought my camcorder. I don't think I was supposed to. But I'm in Monk Takes Manhattan, and I have behind-the-scenes footage of Ted Levine and Tony Shalhoub. That was cool because I saw Ted Levine. He plays Wild Bill in Silence of the Lambs, It puts the lotion on its skin. And he stopped and got out of his van right next to me and almost like, was like, oh, and I looked at him like, oh my God, that's the dude from Silence of the Lambs. Because I never watched Monk, so I didn't even know. I just was in Monk. And there's a scene that they actually cut out of there. He comes out of a adult shop, and when he comes out, he's like, he's all, just kind of, how he's OCD and everything. He was like, oh my God, that he was just in like a place like that, and he's like, oh my God, and he bumps into me as I'm walking, and I go, watch where you're going, and I keep walking. And but they cut that part out. So the only part that you actually see me in is when he's in Times Square and they're talking, and you see me in the background walking, and I'm on a cell phone. And I was actually really on my cell phone. I'm like, hey mom, I'm on TV right now. I called my mom. And this is back in like 2004, early 2004. So it was a long time ago. The Night House looks interesting. It does look kind of interesting. Irish or Scottish? Monk is your favorite TV show of all time? Cool. Well, you probably seen me and didn't even know. I mean, you probably didn't see me. It's like I'm in the background, so I mean, I can see me, but you're probably focused on Tony, not me. But I am in it. Just that one episode, Monk Takes Manhattan. Hello, Mrs. Nightmare. I missed what Ralph said about IMDb. Oh, no, I don't have an app for it. I don't have the IMDb app. The only reason I'm on there is because somebody else put me on there. The other director, his name's Steve Long from Syracuse. He actually helped me film. I did a Beanfields. I did a Beanfields zombie commercial on my vegan zombie channel. He's the one that helped film that. But he directed the not the Crucible, but Crucible, and he put me in the credits there. I'm like a SWAT team guy. It's like a futuristic thing where you're not allowed to do anything, and people had art, and that was illegal, so we had to go arrest them, stuff like that. So yeah, I guess I'm caught up here on all the questions. If anybody has any more, say it now, and I will do my best to answer. Otherwise, what time is it? It's 11:30. It's 11:30. The Fahrenheit movie? I don't know. You know, I'm wearing a Mockingbird Animal Sanctuary hat, and then another Animal Sanctuary, Iowa Animal Sanctuary shirt. It was a little bit. It was really nice today, but it was a little bit chilly. How long have I been streaming? About an hour and 13 minutes and 50 seconds, to be precise. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have movie night this week. Maybe, but like I said, I got a lot of things to do. I have a lot of videos to edit, and I also have a lot of work to do on this shot list for the movie. So, trying to take a little break from that to do this live stream with you guys because it's Wednesday and I completely forgot. You got my shirt for Christmas and it's so soft and comfy. I know. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I love my shirts. Not even just for like the graphics, but they're so comfortable. And I feel like it's worth it to have a shirt that is way more comfortable for people that they're going to want to keep, that it's going to be their favorite shirt, rather than to get cheaper shirts to make more money that aren't comfortable as the comfortable ones. So, yeah. doing? '83 in Florida. Southwest Florida. Where? I'm like, where? Because I used to live in, you probably already heard me say it a million times, down in Sarasota. The best moment from movies. Yeah, I was a pupster. You know, it's funny. When I went to California last week, it was nice and cool there. It was like 75. And then at night it was in the 60s, which was nice. And then here it was in the 90s. So also, my friend Cesar always likes to say, whenever I go to Florida, I bring the rain because they've been having droughts and it hasn't been raining. But literally every time I go there, it rains. And I went there and it hasn't rained in forever. And sure enough, I wake up and it was all rainy. And they're like, oh my God, it rained. I'm like, yeah, I bring the rain. Because we get so much rain here in Syracuse that it just follows me over there. Port Charlotte. Okay, yeah, I don't know where that is. Yeah, I heard it was very hot in California. That's too hot for me. I got sunburn the first day, I think, on my face, and then I met up with Happiest Vegan on Earth, and we went to Universal, and I put some sunscreen on, and Universal was fun. Stay tuned for the video. California was fun. Got a lot done there. I like shoot so many videos every single day. There's just so much to do there. So now that I'm back here, I have so much content to edit. Marco wants to know any favorite Universal rides. So I was there most of the day, and because of the lines, I was only able to do 2 rides for the entire day. And okay, so the first ride was that Harry Potter virtual one where you walk through the castle, and I have been on that before in Orlando, because I've been to the Universal in Orlando like 10 years ago. So I went on that, and that one's really cool. I loved it, and I did a lot of video there too. I was almost tempted to take out my phone and film while I was actually doing the ride, but I'm like, if I drop this phone, yeah. And then we got in line for the Jurassic Park, which I've never been on, but it was taking forever. And we realized that if we stayed in line here, this would be it, that we wouldn't be able to do another ride. So we decided to go on the studio tour just because, I've never done that. And if you go to Universal, you might as well do that. So we went and stood in line there for a long time. And then we did that when it was getting dark out, and that was pretty fun. So both rides I had a good time. So only 2 rides, but still, it was really fun. How long was I in California? From the 6th to the 9th. I was only there for a few days. Yeah, I did a whole video on the butterbeer because they wouldn't veganize it. So this time when I went, we have it on video where I go up and I'm like, oh, is it vegan friendly? And they're like, no. And I'm like, can you do it without the cream on top? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, shucks. You'll see. Bringer of Rain would be a great movie title. Okay, that's what I'm going to call my zombie movie. Bringer of Rain. Thanks, AJ. Yeah, I really think after all this time, because I asked them to veganize it back in 2011, and here we are 10 years later, and they still haven't done it. You'd think they got so many people asking about this, and they won't do it. Like, it's so easy. Just make it vegan. You can do it. You can do it. You love the hat. I wonder why. What's up, Mockingbird Farm? Who am I talking to? Is this Janelle or is this John? Or is this Finch? Is it hard to make vegan butterbeer? No, I have a recipe to make it 2 ways. Go check it out. We even put some little special effects in there. Just go to the Vegan Zombie channel, butterbeer. I did have fun on the trip. Yes, it was fun. I didn't have... What's up, Janelle? I didn't have fun traveling, but I had fun once I got there. Yeah, this is Mockingbird Farm Animal Sanctuary. It's the hat that I'm wearing right here, and I believe they have other apparel on their site too. So if you when we're done here, you want to go support them, go on over there and check it out. Yeah, I don't know if John talked to you about what I've been talking about, the movie stuff, but it's getting closer and closer, and I'm excited. Yeah, what time is it? Oh, yeah, John's definitely in bed right now. He's got to get up in like 2 hours. Oh, we're just doing some movie talk and my movie and other movies and... Oh, yeah, I saw that picture today, the gem, the bunny. Yeah, the hats are cool. You guys got beanies too, don't you? Or maybe not. You have hoodies. Zip-up hoodies. Even easier to get on and take off. You don't have to pull it over your head. You just zip it. Dun, 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 dun. You're growing corn behind. We might have to do some exterior filming at the Mockingbird. What's my favorite my favorite dinosaur has always been like the Tyrannosaurus, just because. Why not? I was obsessed with dinosaurs when I was a little kid. We used to have family night when I was a little kid, and my dad used to we'd have construction papers and we'd color and we would dinosaur stuff. My dad he's like, this is a dinosaur tree and this is a dinosaur rock. And I'm like, yeah. And I have movies of it. Like, I can actually go back and look at it. And we're talking about like 1980. We're far long ago, like almost as long as the dinosaurs in the Precambrian. Am I shipping overseas? If you go to the Vegan Zombie page, YouTube page, there's links of all my merchandise, which will ship, as far as I know, anywhere. So you can buy all that merchandise anywhere. The stuff that I print here on my own, I will send it overseas. If you contact me, you can't buy it on the site as is, but I will definitely ship whatever anybody wants. We'll just have to do the calculation for shipping and handling. And honestly, sometimes it's more than the actual item. So I don't know if that's worth it to you. I know sometimes over in England, it's a lot of money. And in Australia, it's a lot of money. It's like more than the shirt's even worth. So, but if you really want a shirt or something like that, yeah, I will do it. Just contact me. Otherwise, go to the link on the site and they'll ship it for probably regular price. And we have the Be Good to Animal shirt over there. I need to get some new designs on there. I know I keep saying that, but when I get a free moment, maybe we'll have some Indy the Pup shirts or something. Some old corn stalks. We definitely need some old corn stalks. Pops. Zeke. You tried to buy a t-shirt from me a few years ago. What happened? What country do you live in? Oh yeah, he's being so good. Yes. He's normally good in the house, but once you get outside, he turns into a devil. Metal Dinosaurs? Horizon Zero Dawn. A zombie pumpkin shirt for Halloween. I have to come up with something like that. That might be pretty cool. Zombie pumpkin. Australia. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have definitely sent stuff to Australia. It's a little expensive, but if that doesn't bother you, yeah, I'll be more than happy to send you something. And the shirts that I print myself are the Zombie Crew, the Vegan Zombie, and the regular print, the Go Vegan and Stranger Thing font, and is that it? I think that's it. I can't even remember. Oh, and the Ouija one, the Vegan Zombie Ouija, be good to animals. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorites. The ET one's I think my favorite, but the ones I print, probably the Ouija. Sydney, we got a couple people here from Australia on the other side of the world. That's the cool thing about this. Like, as so many people, it doesn't matter where you are. You can like, hey, what's up? I'm in New York. I don't really know what else to talk about. I have some things that I want to save for another time. Melbourne. I was just talking to a Instagrammer when I was in California, and we were talking about Australia and how there's so many dangerous, deadly creatures everywhere you go in Australia. And I remember watching like the Discovery Channel or whatever channel it was, but it was like the deadliest animals in like different parts of the world, like the United States. I'm like, and then it shows like, South America. It's like, and then it shows Australia, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm not going there. It's like everything, everywhere you go, there's like something that could kill you. But that's probably like worst case scenario, but still. Do I have any dad jokes? I'm not really good at jokes. Jokes. Nah, I don't. Sorry, I'm not like I can't remember jokes. And if I do, I don't tell them right. Where's everybody from? If you guys are don't mind, write where you're from here on this stream. I'm here in Syracuse, New York. Yeah, we've pretty much done a live stream for the past year and a half every Wednesday, with the exception of a couple that had to be canceled, and a couple of them had to be moved to a Thursday. But other than that, we've done pretty much every one. If you go back and look at my live streams on the channel, it's just live stream after live stream after live stream. Am I scared of I don't like spiders, no. Am I scared of them? Yep, probably. Boston, California, Missouri, Atlanta, Daytona Beach, Sydney, Memphis, Rochester, England, Seattle-ish, and upstate New York, Albany. Cool. Oklahoma City, San Antonio. We got people from all over the place. Is there anybody from Fargo? Is there anybody from Antarctica? I don't know why I just said that. Anyway. Tatooine, Alberta, Canada. Cool, we have people all over the place. And wow, we have 48 people watching and 46 likes. That's pretty awesome. I think that's a good ratio. I've wasted this stream by not telling that. I can't tell it on this one. I like literally I have to wait for another one because I want people to go back and watch. Nobody's gonna go back and watch this one. Do I see John often? No, I don't. I've seen John probably 2 times this year. No, maybe only once. No, maybe it was 2. We're in June. I think I saw John twice this year. One time he came here, and the other time I went there. What's my dream trip if I can go anywhere in the world? Dracula's Castle. Remember the solemn feeling when these sessions first started? Well, I originally started doing these live streams because it was the beginning of the pandemic and I wanted to just come on here so we could all just chill and talk and feel better. And then it just got to the point where we would just always do Wednesday live streams. Yeah, if you guys missed it, the last time I saw John, I went to his house and I did a video tour of his house. And of Mockingbird Farm. I did visit Mockingbird, Janelle, but you weren't out there. You were probably working inside or somewhere. But we didn't want to bother you. We did a quick video of the farm. Said hi to all the animals. Finchy got so big since the last time I was able to pick him up, and it was nice to see that he's okay after having his little jaw get in that whatever happened to him. He's okay now. And other than that, yeah. We went over to John's and we did a tour of his outside, all his fruit trees and all the veggies that he's growing, the tree house, and then a tour of his house. It was pretty cool. I'm sure we'll be out there again. But yeah, John was gonna. I talked to John about something with the movie, which isn't 100% set in stone, by the way. But if things happen the way I hope they happen, then John will probably he'll talk to you. I know that was so cryptic. You're probably like, what is going on? It's nothing bad. It's good. Mockingbird Farm Sanctuary. How is the Great Dane doing? She's awesome. Thanks for asking. We talked a little bit about the Twilight Zone in my video, the ET podcast. If you made it to the very end, yeah. You rescued Surviving the Thriving, rescued a Boxer Great Dane mix. It's always happy stories when you can rescue a pup from whatever they need rescuing from, whether that be the pound, being euthanized, abusive family, homeless. So I heard that you guys he's finally, working, doing his own thing there, just keeping it up, and then you're doing it when he's not. Those animals need full-time attention. But yeah, we'll definitely talk sometime. Hopefully soon, because if good things happen, then I'll have to talk to you soon, for sure. But the fur and feather babies. Yeah, it's a really nice. If you guys never seen it, go check it out. It's a really nice animal sanctuary, and they got a beautiful barn and beautiful animals, and it's pretty cool. And I really wanted to film the movie there, but we're gonna be filming in L.A. But we still might be able to get some exterior shots there, which I hope we can. Where Well, maybe I can ask you later, but I was just wondering where the corn stalks are being planted. Because if we have to do it out in LA, we're going to have to import corn stalks. If you watched E.T. with me the other night, or if you guys remember E.T., the scene near the beginning where Elliot's going back up to the house with the pizza, and then he hears something in the shed, and he throws the ball into the shed, and then it comes back out. That scene right there, that's kind of like the feel that I want for my movie. But anyway, if you look behind Elliot, there's like a dead cornfield. But there's no way there's a corn, because I went to the house. There's no way that was actually there. So they most likely just imported all that in there and set them up so it looked like that was a big cornfield next to the house. But it's not. There's like a big, like huge hill, like semi-mountain behind the house. Janelle says, we just rescued a Great Dane German Shepherd mix. I got a couple of German Shepherds right over here on the floor. Right there it is, right there. Literally right behind the barn. 10 full acres, fully hidden from the public. That's awesome. I'm probably going to have to come down there and take some pictures and video. Oh, I'm just super, super excited to finally be doing this after which seems like forever, but better that we waited to do it the right way than to rush on it and not have anything. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'm probably going to get going here. I forgot to bring water up here with me. That's something that I never try to forget, and I'm really thirsty. I'm parched. I'm parched. What music video from the 80s was that from? If anyone gets that one, you're old school. I give you mad credit for that. Conspiracy Cat, thank you again so much for that super chat. Thank you, Ralph, for the super chat. I appreciate that so much. It definitely helps out, and that was very generous. Also Seattle-ish. What if I just did a live stream where I just looked at the camera for like an hour and I never said anything? How many people would watch? Wouldn't that be weird if more people watched that than my regular live streams? Because it just, everybody was like, what's going on here? Oh, you have internet issues again? I heard John just got some internet at his house, so he should be good, right? Anyway, it's pretty late for you, I would think. You probably got to get some sleep, unless you're the night person now. No, it wasn't with David Lee Roth. It was a music video. And he says, I'm parched. And then gets water thrown in. I think he throws water in his face. I guess I'll have to give the answer before I close the stream if nobody gets it. Let's say he was a big it was a puppet. It wasn't Shanana. He was like a big puppet. Linda probably knows this. You know, back when MTV actually played music videos. Okay, I'll give more hints. Not only was he a puppet, At one point, he was wearing a Superman suit, and he was running. And he was a president. So far, nothing, not ringing a bell. It was Ronald Reagan. Anybody now? We're talking about old 80s. Somebody's got to know this. There we go. Cataloo? Land of Confusion. You are right. Yes, it was Land of Confusion by Genesis, Phil Collins. Anyway, you got it. Yeah, it was a creepy video too. It was creepy, but I'm parched. You got it. Congratulations. That's it. That's all I got tonight. So, thanks for watching. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you all later.